Hello again, it's Mr. RG Stuff here. Now this video is going to go in a slightly different direction to the way that I expected it to. Previously I was experimenting with connecting up this ceramic cartridge here via a little amplifier or preamp and a volume control into this laptop over here by means of the mic in socket. But Chris from All My 78 said, why aren't I using USB? And it's like, well, yeah, that's a fair point, I suppose. I do have a few devices which take or can generate a USB signal from a record player. They're all built into record players. I mean, this is one of them actually. So what I've done is I've actually connected this cartridge here via the wire. I've missed out the amp, which is why it's unplugged. I've missed out the volume control. I just wired it using croc leads straight into the wiring on this head shell here, and it's going via a USB cable into this laptop here. So if I set it going, and then set this recording, you can see on the screen there, it is actually picking up the signal. So that's actually a very simple way of doing it. And if I actually stop that just a moment and switch this round to the other connector, basically this head shell here, or this cartridge here, sorry, is only wired up as a mono cartridge. So I can only feed the one signal. I've only got one signal coming off there, so I can either feed it in the left channel or the right channel. Let's try it now. And you should be able to see it coming through on the lower channel. So it's gone into, I think, probably the right channel down there. We stop that, just play a bit of that back. That sounds fine. And so does that. So that's off the other channel. I think it is picking up a little bit of noise on the other channel because the wire's just left disconnected up here. In reality, I would have that wired up properly so both channels were recording. But yeah, that does work. So I don't need this little preamp. I don't need this volume control. I don't need the wiring. In fact, I'd actually found a 2-channel amp, which is this one here. Because I was planning on using both sockets from the both channels from the mic socket down here, because I did actually do a test and they both do work, and it would have been possible to do stereo recording via the mic socket. But to be honest, although I could, it's probably going to be better to use a USB solution. And I haven't tidied up the wires. I noted Grandad is an old man said that he liked the wiring to be nice and messy, so I've left it nice and messy, but probably in future videos I will have to tidy it up a little bit as I now have more wiring than I need. Okay, well, here's a little comparison of the sound recorded from the mic socket with the sound recorded via the USB socket. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this off the bench. So this is my linear tracking record player, my second linear tracking record player, which I was just using as a convenient means of generating an audio signal from a record. But I don't need it. This is not really part of this experiment at all. And I'm going to go and find the other record decks I've got and actually see if they will work in the same way. Well, here we go. These are the three record players. I mean, obviously that's the one that I've been using for the earlier experiments. This one here has not been actually in a video before. I got this one quite recently. And although it's pretty much an unmitigated piece of junk, and looks actually quite different from that one there, on closer inspection, I mean the turntable and the tone arm and the tone arm pivot are all very, very similar. I mean, really very similar. So I wouldn't be surprised if these are basically the same unit inside. I mean, maybe they're about the same age, I really don't know. The only sort of major difference is that this one here doesn't seem to have any sort of mains in, whereas this one over here, I mean, it's not very visible because it's around the other side, but there is actually a mains in cable, presumably for the amplifier. I mean, I need to open it up again and have a look. So probably one of these units at some point will get scrapped, assuming this one here actually works. And the last one's this one here, which I have had on the bench before, and this again is USB only, and this one, curiously enough, is 33 1/3 RPM only. Yeah, not an ion brand one like the other two, so it'll be interesting to see if that shows up as a device under Linux for the purposes of Audacity. I should just say that Ion do actually provide Windows software. I think it's Windows and Mac software for recording off these USB turntables. I've not tried it, and to be honest, my workshop laptop is Linux only, so using Audacity makes a lot of sense for me. Okay, well, I've got this one on the bench first. I've had a little play with it. It does actually show up some audio devices, plug and play USB devices. The first one I tried only showed up one. Well, interestingly enough, now it's showing up just one as well. Let's select that. Okay, well, it clearly is picking up something, but it's a very, very low volume. In fact, I can't even hear it on playback. So, I'm not sure. When I first tried it, it actually came with a whole list of plug and play devices, none of which seemed to work any better than that one. But this is coming up with the same plug and play device as the previous unit, only the previous unit did actually record okay, and this one doesn't seem to, which is disappointing. However, otherwise, and I haven't tested, admittedly, the audio outputs, but otherwise it does seem to be a functioning record player. Right, well, I've got this one connected up now. Interestingly enough, it's showing up as a USB microphone audio in the list of devices. So let's give that a try. Well, that works okay. And it's going to sound a bit different because it is actually running at 33 1/3, which is the correct speed for that record. Let's try playing that back, but that should work okay based on the waveform on the screen. Okay, so that one's a success too. So out of the 3 units I've got, 2 of them actually do work just fine with Audacity on Linux, although they do show up as different devices. And the third one looks like it should work, and maybe with a bit more fiddling it will work, but doesn't seem to be working just yet. So what I may do is actually scrap one of these record players so that I can use the circuit board to build a dedicated cartridge to USB converter, so that I can actually rig up my homebrew record players to the computer much more easily. Okay, well that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and if you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Mr. RG Stuff. Thank you.